The Lords are messing with things yet again. Let's begin. Peers are attempting to delay a Brexit bonfire of EU laws by 5 years. The retained EU law bill paves the way for more than 4,000 Brussels-derived laws still on UK statutes book to be scrapped by the end of the year. The peers included ex-Conservative Party Chairman Lord McLaughlin, I hope I pronounced that right, and former Tory Armed Forces Minister Lord Hamilton of Epsom are demanding Parliament be given a final say, rather than the government. They want the deadline to ditch the laws accumulated during decades in the bloc pushed back to December the 31st, 2028. And it comes after Conservative former Cabinet Minister Jacob Rees-Mogg previously warned peers against obstructing the legislation. Mr Rees-Mogg told the Express, "As the bill passed through the Commons with a large majority, I hope the Lords will recognise it's a strong democratic mandate. Although there are many peers who have never liked the referendum result, they are there to revise technical detail, not to obstruct the voters. The bill has already cleared the Commons but has received a furious reception in the Lords. Opponents claim it's a power grab by the government and that it threatens legal rights and protections." And of course, here we go once again, Project Fear 2.0. Legal rights and protections threatened, oh no! The thing is though, whilst of course we often hear sort of things like this, what they just love to seem to keep quiet is that quite a lot of the time, our law of workers' rights and rules go further than what the EU law does. And in some cases, I'm pretty sure I heard that the EU law was actually created from our law in the first place. So of course I think at the end of the day, they just still, after 7 years nearly, refusing to accept the referendum result and just wishing their EU masters would just take us back. But they better watch themselves, because if they keep up this sort of thing, then I'm sure there will become a time, hopefully not too long in the future, when people will say, well, hang on a minute, we're voting for things, but these Lords keeps blocking it. So I think it's about time we actually got rid of the House of Lords, especially if they keep going against what people are voting for. And regardless if you voted for Leave or Remain, you have to admit that if they're going against the democratic result, whether you like it or not, that can't exactly be a good thing, can it? And sets a dangerous precedent in my opinion. Kind of like the kangaroo court which unfortunately Boris is going through at the moment. Especially as the Lords themselves just seem to be unelected bureaucrats, don't they? They're actually unaccountable, aren't they? And just seem to think that they can just do as they like. Well, I'm sorry, but you can't, because it will end up biting you in the bum in the future, I'm guessing. Also, with all this frustrating of the Brexit vote, can anyone imagine if something like this happened in the olden days of, say, King Henry VIII, for example? I wonder what he would have made of people working with a foreign body against their own country, as it is often seemed to be the case since 2016, because they appear to have trouble understanding what the word no means. I mean, obviously, I could be wrong, but I'm guessing they probably wouldn't exactly be too happy with them, and may have given them a little bit more than the virtual middle finger. Speaking of which, in this video, Tony Blair has been given the virtual middle finger himself, and he appeared to, let's just say, poke his nose in. Anyway, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.